What's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday evening to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. Welcome to the Wednesday weather update for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where we talk about all things weather. Today we're going to talk about Hurricane Beryl. We're going to talk about flash flooding, storms, and extreme heat, and of course the weather forecast for 4th of July, because tomorrow is a major holiday in the United States. If you're new to my channel, this is where we do those updates. Subscribe down below if you want to stay informed and in the know of what's going to be happening. Of course, hit that thumbs up button, hit that notification bell, and of course, share these videos with anyone you know and leave a comment down below. Alright, starting off today with Hurricane Beryl. Hurricane Beryl is still a Category 4, and the eye wall is just south of Jamaica right now. You can see here, big time convection over Jamaica. This storm is really packing a punch. If we take a look at the latest update from the National Hurricane Center, eye wall of Beryl brushing the south coast of Jamaica with hurricane conditions occurring. The hurricane is expected to approach the Cayman Islands tonight into Thursday and the Yucatan Peninsula Thursday night. As of 5 p.m. Wednesday, July 3rd, Beryl is moving west-northwest at 20 miles per hour with 959 millibar pressure, and the winds are still sustained at 140 miles per hour, meaning it is still a Category 4 hurricane. Let's take a look at the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. It is expected to remain a major hurricane at least for about another 12 hours or so. Then tomorrow it will drop below major status, below Category 3, and probably hit the Yucatan Peninsula at that point as a Category 1 or a strong Category 1, and then weaken to a tropical storm over the Yucatan Peninsula on Friday before re-entering the Gulf Friday night into Saturday. And yes, it could regain hurricane status before making landfall as of right now in Mexico. But you do notice here the cone of uncertainty still includes Texas, and it will go over Mexico and then eventually cross into Texas as a tropical storm at that point. So we still have a couple questions as to whether or not it's going to make landfall in Mexico or Texas. The guidance today has come back a little bit south towards that Mexico landfall. Let's take a look now at what the latest tropical plots show. And you can see here's Hurricane Beryl on the 18Z update passing right near Jamaica right now, where it's doing a lot of destruction. Catastrophic storm surge. It's really bad. I'm afraid there's going to be a death toll from this in Mexico, unfortunately. And then all eyes on the Yucatan Peninsula. Again, it'll be weakening as it heads there, but then it re-enters the Gulf. And you can see a large number of these members do go into Mexico, and then there's a large number of members that go right on that borderline, right by Texas. Here's Texas. Right here's that borderline. So it's going to be really close. And of course, you do have one member that makes a huge right turn and goes way out in towards Texas. Don't think that member is going to be right. Let's take a look now at the intensity forecast, and you can see the majority of these members have it continuing to weaken right up until the Yucatan Peninsula. And then after that, after it goes over the Yucatan Peninsula, it goes back into the Gulf, it'll probably stop weakening, and it may even regain strength once again. And as you saw, the National Hurricane Center says it's going to go back to a hurricane. Let's take a look at the GFS model now. Here's the GFS. You can see here, heads to the Yucatan Peninsula. First thing on Friday morning, it'll be over the Yucatan Peninsula. By Friday evening, it's already back into the Gulf of Mexico. It does regain strength a little bit before it finally makes landfall just south of the Texas-Mexico borderline, probably as a very weak Category 1 hurricane, at least according to the GFS. Alright, we have a lot of other weather to talk about. It is going to be darn right stinking hot for a lot of people on 4th of July. To be expected, right? Yes, but this hot? No, this is going to be record-breaking hot. We could be talking about all-time records broken in the desert of California. I mean, look at the West Coast, up and down the West Coast. You can see here, extreme heat is expected, near record temperatures in the desert. Let's just click on California, and look at this, excessive heat warning. And it says here, Wednesday, do hydrate, make sure you hydrate, and make sure you plan to avoid outdoor activities. Let's see what some of the details are in these warnings. In Baker, Mesquite, and the Colorado River Valley, they are talking about 113 to 121 degrees. And that's not including that the heat index could be even higher than that. That is extremely hot conditions, but we have to go back. Take a look at the rest of the country. Yes, down in the south and southeast, it is going to be very hot as well, where you do have excessive heat advisories, excessive heat warnings, and portions of Kansas, Missouri, and portions of Illinois. It's flooding that's the problem for you. We do have heat advisories up near the Washington, D.C. area as well, which also does include Baltimore, and it is going to be really hot. Taking a look at the weather story that they have put out here, it says high temperature forecast, and we'll draw our attention to 4th of July. Washington, D.C., 94. Baltimore, 93. Fredericksburg, Virginia, 95. Harrisonburg, Virginia, 90. Westminster, Maryland is going to be 90. 88 in Cumberland, Maryland. So, hey, no 90 for you, but it is going to be very hot. And look at Friday. Friday and Saturday could potentially be even hotter. That's 3 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hey, that is a heat wave. Going back to the national map, you can see here, severe thunderstorm watches are now up from portions of Kansas on up into Nebraska, and even portions of Colorado. We'll look at the Storm Prediction Center in just a moment. Radar picture. There is a line of showers and thunderstorm activity that goes from western New York all the way back into Missouri, and behind that we do have an area of rain in Kansas. Then we do have those thunderstorms that are ongoing, where the severe thunderstorm watches are up. And take a look what's headed into the Dakotas. Wow, that's a pretty impressive cell. Look at that hail cell going to Black Hills National Forest. Wow, yeah, avoid that area at the moment in South Dakota. We'll take a look and see if you have a watch coming or not. Taking a look at the next 3 days for the excessive rainfall. Pretty big area from portions of Kansas through Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, where flash flooding could happen for you. On the day 2 outlook, they do include now an area in southeast Pennsylvania for slight risk. So Philadelphia, yes, that includes you. Back across Missouri, once again, slight risk tomorrow. And in the upper Midwest, there is also a slight risk for tomorrow. Day 3, large marginal risk from Texas on up into West Virginia, marginal risk in the Great Lakes, and marginal risk in New Mexico and northern Texas. Some of this could get upgraded to a slight risk area. Taking a look at the severe weather so far today, and we can see there are 15 reports of severe weather, 1 tornado already, 12 hail, and 2 wind. One of those hail reports are large hail reports. Taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center forecast for today, and we can see here there is a slight risk that does go up into portions of South Dakota and Wyoming and almost into Montana. Taking a look at what's going on in portions of the Ohio Valley on back through Missouri. Yes, you do have a slight risk as well, with the majority of that risk area being for wind, but in the plains it is a hatched area for wind, and we do see in plains there is also 5% and 2% tornado risk areas, and hail. Take a look at this. There is hail probabilities in these areas as well, but once again, that other slight risk is mainly because of the wind potential. Day 2 outlook for tomorrow, 4th of July. You're going to have Mother Nature's fireworks if you're in Iowa and portions of Minnesota, back across portions of Missouri, and into Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas. Slight risk of severe storms for you. Large marginal risk from portions of southern Pennsylvania, generally south of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, all the way back into Texas and surrounding those other 2 slight risk areas. So any of those areas could see potential for severe storms with some fireworks from Mother Nature, and then garden variety fireworks expected down across the southeast Gulf Coast states. Tomorrow's risk areas are 2% tornadoes in that risk area in portions of the Midwest and Plains, and then you can see here wind 15% and hail is 15% in the northern slight risk. But there is also a day 3 risk, and that's across the Ohio Valley. It's just a marginal risk as of right now. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. All right, taking a look at the HUR 18Z run for the next 48 hours. You can see storms will be ongoing tonight across the plains. Some storms will get going in that marginal risk area, or the slight risk area as well, that goes from the Ohio Valley on southwestward. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. And take a look at Illinois. I'm concerned there could be a big flash flood threat for you overnight into first thing tomorrow morning. So if you're attending a 4th of July parade, say maybe near St. Louis or central Illinois, plan on there being some thunderstorms. And those storms could also continue over towards the Indianapolis area as well. You can see here as we head into 4th of July day itself. Yes, rather stormy, and those storms could eventually make their way into portions of Ohio, West Virginia, Washington, D.C., right around fireworks time. There could be some storms for you. Same deal in Pennsylvania. Philadelphia tomorrow night could be dealing with some showers and thunderstorms. Take a look at Missouri. You get another round of storms again tomorrow night. West Coast is in the clear, but it is going to be really hot. The peak of your heat is probably not going to be until the weekend. And you can see here, as we head into Friday, things will continue to be unsettled across the Great Lakes and just some large areas of general thunderstorms. Still have to refine and find out where the actual severe weather is going to set up. Again, right here, right now, they are talking about Ohio, West Virginia, and portions of Kentucky. That marginal risk area will likely expand, and there could be a slight risk that gets mixed within that. All right, we also do want to take a look at the GFS. We want to go out a little bit further in range and take a look at the upcoming pattern real quickly. And we can see here on the GFS, stormy conditions will continue along the East Coast right into the weekend with daily showers and thunderstorms. Look at this. You can see right along I-95. It's almost as if a boundary does stall. We've been talking about this for well over a week now, and it's looking like it's going to be a much wetter pattern now. And I want to show you, let's go out to 240 hours or so and take a look at this. I want to show you the precipitation totals. You can see there's a big change now. Remember how we were concerned about drought? Still are, but the thing is, the pattern is looking much wetter now. Unfortunately, on the West Coast where you have all that heat, yeah, hardly a drop of rain for you. That is not good. Let's go back and take a look at the temperatures now, real quickly, shall we? And we're going to reverse this. Here we are today, and look what happens as we head into tonight and tomorrow. Look at the West Coast. You're seeing these pinks here. You're seeing magenta. This is some really hot conditions. Yes, the GFS is saying north of 110 degrees. And you can see here, as we head into the weekend, this just continues. Look at this. You're seeing purples popping up here. That's north of 120 degrees. You can even see it on the map. And we are going to zoom in to the southwest U.S. or the western U.S. We have to here. Take a look at this. GFS is pinpointing 123 degrees in one location in near northern California on Saturday evening. Let's go into Sunday. A little bit better on Sunday. A little bit better on Monday, but now look at southeast California near Arizona, 119 degrees, and that does continue for several more days. You can see here, we are now into the end of next week, and there still are areas in the desert areas that are well over 110 degrees, and it just continues day after day with no rain in sight. So I am concerned. It's getting really dry there, and there could potentially be wildfires that do set up. Let's take a look at the WPC 1 through 7 precipitation. You can see here, much wetter over Pennsylvania than what we've been seeing. And you can see things will get wet across Texas. Regardless of the track of Beryl, you will have some rainfall that comes into you, as will Louisiana, Florida, your daily showers and thunderstorms. Not everyone gets one each day, but it does add up here. And it's going to add up for a lot of places east of the Colorado Rockies. You can see here. And east of the Mississippi River, it really does get relatively active. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activities. Any day could have isolated severe storms. Taking a look at what goes on now in the longer range, you can see the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook does look to be well above average in the West Coast, slightly below average in the middle. We'll have Beryl go into Mexico, probably hitting Mexico, and some of that moisture will get hung up, and that moisture will actually stream up to the plains, so therefore it'll be cloudy, slightly below average temperatures, slightly above average along the East Coast, the I-95, the I-85 corridor, and then going to 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, well above average in Texas. We agree with that. The Pacific Northwest is going to be below average precipitation, above average precipitation along the I-95 corridor in the east. And then we take a look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, well above average temperatures in the Pacific Northwest. It is going to be hot there for an extended period of time as well. You'll have many days that get into the 90s up in Oregon and Washington. Idaho, you could have 90s as well. And above average temperatures in the east, slightly below average temperatures in portions of Texas where, again, there'll probably still be some precipitation. And you can see that. 8 to 14 day outlook. Precipitation will continue there, and it'll continue to be a wetter pattern along the East Coast. At some point, we may start running into flash flood threats should this continue to look like a wet pattern for a really extended period of time. I know, crazy that I'm saying that, considering how dry it has been there. The northern plains and Pacific Northwest, you will be dry. Alrighty, that does it for today's weather update. We'll have our next weather update again tomorrow. If you enjoyed this update, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, share these videos with anyone you know, especially the folks who are in the path of Beryl, the people in the extreme heat, and the folks that are in the path of today and tomorrow's storm threats. I will see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, have a great day, and stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching.